Alright, we're finally ready. I swear it takes longer every time I set all this up. Alright. Thought I was very unfortunate. I logged in, immediately got the message for maintenance, but it's for tomorrow. I'm not playing in the morning, so I should be fine. I'm gonna play an ad right now, because it looks like we only have a person watching, so I want to eliminate pre-rolls, so I'm gonna run ad real quick so we don't have to do that. Did it just run 3 minutes of... I don't understand how this works. Looks like it just ran 1 million ads. Twitch, your user experience, man. Imagine joining a stream and getting 5 minutes of ads. That's unfortunate. Out of my control. Alright, we're gonna see how bad the queue is if we start this dungeon as a DPS. Sastasha. I did have quite a queue to get in here, so hopefully we'll have a lot of people. Please tell me you're here on yellow jacket duty and not some daft sought out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are, thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship scene slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word of men of questionable quality and had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancy and serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Okay. Super. And I think if worse comes to worse... allied players and NPCs. Yeah, they have NPCs now. Okay. I do wonder... Okay. I understand what I must do. That's very new. I don't remember that at all. Okay. So we can use NPCs. I do wonder with NPCs if... There we go, join. Let's see how bad it is. Less than 5 minutes, okay. If they have like banter and stuff, it'd be really cool to do it with NPCs. If I get some more story. I'm assuming I won't be with any important characters now because I just started the game and I haven't met them yet. Probably join up with like some of these guys. But I assume as the like Scion's introduced, you can start having them as characters. I'm just killing stuff for fun. Working on my bard. It's one of the classes I didn't really play much in WoW. Was Hunter. I play a lot of classic WoW, and I find Hunter to be a little bit tedious. Because as you level, you have to get all your skills and train your pet, level it up. Your pet isn't a thing, though. You just start singing later. Alright, it does say less than 5 minutes, so hopefully soon here. I prefer usually to play with other players if possible, just if I queue as DPS, it's obviously going to be harder. But the thought process was, I do most of the main story quests as Bard and then do dungeons with my tank because I get instant queues. But if I can just do it with NPCs, it really doesn't matter. I can do it with either. We'll see if this lies or not. Still under 5 minutes. We're still good. It's an interesting class, though, because with Warrior, you have your combo. You just kind of spam that and occasionally do other things. Here, it's like I just spam Heavy Shot and other things proc off that. But it's very more proc-based. Thought process might be, as a tank, you don't want to be having to watch for a million procs. Your goal is to not die. So that'd be kind of tedious. I'll believe that until I get proven wrong by another tank class later. Get rocked. Alright, we're getting there, game. 4 minutes. I know if I went on a Warrior, I'd have an instant queue, but I wanted to try Bard. That's because, again, years ago when I leveled to level 49, I was just a Warrior. So, very familiar with Warrior. You got 10 seconds, game. Did you lie to me? You lied to me. Oh well, we're in it now, so we're gonna wait. Feel rough to just quit now and go with NPCs. It's more fun than running with real people. That's why I play an MMO after all. Like, yes, this is heavily story-based, and that's why a lot of people play it, but still, you want to enjoy the MMO parts when you get them. Doing some grinding. Stockpiling bat wings. I don't know what for. But I got a lot of them. This actually has less potency than my heavy shot, but it's off cooldown, I think. Let me double check. Yep. You just cast that. So the idea is you cast your Raging Strikes, and it snapshots. So you want to cast your dot under the effect of Raging Strikes. Then you cast this after, or at the same time, because it's off global cooldown. So if we wanted to pump, let's find this guy. That's a rotation. Alright, game. You changed to 5 minutes. Even just killing mobs get experience. At plus 210. So I think there's a base for El Realm Reborn plus experience multiplier. Then I have... what do I have? I have this, plus 30%. This, plus another 30%, 1 under 30. So everything I do goes a million experience. Quite nice. That's why I'm leveling 2 jobs. Alright, did we just swap to Warrior? Because this is getting a little silly. But I feel like I'm invested now. So if I swap out, all this time would be for naught. Ooh, you got a new thing. Alright, that is AoE. Where to put that? I think we put that here. Which means... see how that feels. That works. Maybe swap these. Well, it's like we're personally raising the wait time. Wonder if I get this in this dungeon, or if I'm too low. This AoE would be nice. Pretty cool. It's basically volley. Alright, I'm gonna give another couple of minutes. But I've learned a valuable lesson today. Do not trust the average wait time, it is a lie. Alright. Alright, how do we do it with companions? It's unfortunate. I just wish that the estimation was a little more accurate. Sastasha. I sort of remember this. All right. Let's see, roll. Where do we get limit breaks in here somewhere? That might be it. Maybe it's not open yet. Alright. Get him, Marauder. Oh no. Come on. There we go. Yep, this is going to be much slower than with people. I'll just do probably what I planned on before, which was to tank the dungeons and then do the MSQ with my bard. This is going to be slow. I wonder if I can pull multiple packs. Let's try it. Experiment. Yeah, we can. Nice. Okay, maybe we can speed this up a bit. Because I don't see them making this that hard, so we probably have enough mana and everything to do this. Okay, I was doomsaying. This isn't going to be as bad as I thought. One button rotation. We are pumping. Alright, now I know I can double pull. I'll do that. Okay, I know we have to kill these clams, or I think we do. I don't exactly know the mechanic, but I know we always have killed all of them. Oh, the clam just summons these, it looks like. But it's easier to kill them than to try to ignore them, so we'll just do it.
Pumping? I'm pumping? I think? I don't know. There's only so many buttons to press, so. Marauder. There we go. He's working. I'm not complaining about the rotation. It's kind of satisfying. Because this AoE's in a cone, so you just line them up, pump. Probably skip that one. We'll find out soon enough we actually have to kill them. Alright, I think the note said blue. Yeah, that's the right one. I don't have my cooldown for the boss. We might survive. I'm pumping, I'm pumping. Recast my dot, because now I'm under the effects of my damage buff and snapshots. I always say range have it easy. Like in WoW, I always play melee, so I'm always right up to a boss, even when you're zoomed out all the way. You can't see as much as the range can. Out here, I can see everything. Anything coming, I can look at it. Pretty nice. Oh, you just get it. Okay. That makes sense. Considering there's no one else in the party. Well, that's unfortunate. Google Fiber decided to hiccup again. So think we're live everywhere. And for some reason, recently, Google Fiber has had hiccups. And I don't know why. I never had a problem with the speed. Like, the speed is wonderful. But for some reason, recently, I've been getting DC'd quite a bit. Alright, luckily, I'm in with NPCs.
Wonder what's more DPS, spamming my AoE or dotting everybody and spamming AoE. I suppose it depends on the hit points. And now it's trying to run an ad. Twitch, I don't like you sometimes. Come on, guys. You just gotta kill these and they'll run away. If I remember the mechanic correctly. Oh, maybe not. Big DPS. Where are me men? Where are me maidens? I can tell you where they're not. I can see my armory chest getting very overloaded doing this. So you just get everything. So I gotta keep an eye on that. Alright, how are we doing, guys? Let's go big. Let's give our NPC time to gather. And then we pump. Set us in a cone, so we gotta line up this way. Oh, that felt good. Bard. I like classes that reward good dot usage. It seems like it's gonna be Bard. Probably get another dot or two. Alright. Looking good. This is a good system. Oh, key. Because I know there's a lot of anxiety people have joining a group and doing a dungeon they don't know. So they can do it first with a NPC group. Maybe that'll get them more reticent to join, or less reticent to join actual players. Enter my rotation. Heavy shots, followed by heavy shots. And I'm getting procs as I say that. And we already cleared this, so we go. Another captain fight, I believe. Let's take out these ads. And we're pumping. This guy got bandaged up pretty fast since the first time we fought him. Releases the scurvy dogs.
they have no hit points. Why am I dotting them?
Scurvy dog, squawk.
Nobody likes parrots. Hey, you can keep up with them. Let's see how this warrior does. Good tanking. AI OP. So basically with this dungeon, we're just trying to see who is behind the attacks of this rogue pirate group. Like, is there a central leader? Because all the Limps of Laminsons are pirates or former pirates. But most of them are reformed. But there's this group still causing rough stuff to happen. They try to blow up the first big ship they've built in a while. So we are attempting to see what's behind that. Let's get some experience. We have all of them dotted. Big damage, big damage. The sounds are quite satisfying. It sounds more like gunshots hitting them than arrows, but I'm okay with it. Huge. Boss time. You sully our spawning ground, shorewalker. That was short and to the point. Finished fools. The Lord of the War shall shop upon your shoulders. Okay. That's extra. I'm sure there's a mechanic to this. I'm just not going to do it. Let's see what happens. Or, I'll rephrase, I'll see what happens if I don't do anything. Suppose I'm supposed to click on that. But this will let me know if I'm in a group with people, if I should be doing it or just DPSing. That was where we click it. Oh. Pretty straightforward. Oh, ads, okay. We're gonna ignore them. We did it! Just talking about shafts. Got Peloton. What's that? Oh, that's good. Speed for everyone.
Alright. Yeah, entered Sastasha. And I'm level 21. Jeez. Taylor Swift. Okay. We're gonna go back to Warrior and just try to keep everything level. Alright, back to Battaron. Getting like 4 levels in that dungeon. We need to... Where's Battaron again? I was really busy, by the way. They actually piped in, like, artificial crowd noise. Wonder if that's triggered by the fact that there are a bunch of players there. Battaron, my friend. Aye. Such a task was on the books. Was mine. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. I am taller than you. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sastasha? It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Okay. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. If you have such a goal, large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. I feel like something bad's gonna happen to these guys. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will overcome in time. You'd not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Typical paladin. See ya. I am a mismatched mess. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tail to tail, I wager. Well, it's crazy. We had this fish thing. We had these pirates. Fishbacks. And here I was thinking you only have to crack a pirate's color 3. 7 L's. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'd be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fawn of Sastasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. Thank you for shedding some light on the mystery. I know you get the job done, lad. You always do. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking another job. Just happens we had a request from our sister guild in Grandania, see? Seems the forest folk here need a venture who can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, I can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shot when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Sweet. I'm ready. Well, well.
Look what the girl drug in. From what I hear, you've been making a fine name for yourself. And to think when you first wandered into the wench, you could barely find your way to the privy. Okay, still need to do the thing. Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. That's all I know, but whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for a venturer as survived the Bedlam in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you want to have words with Mother Mune. Be counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Yeah, I think I set this there, and I definitely did. Cool. We can just return. Wait. What's this? We all know how it feels to have had one too many. This will not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. As often as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quintanane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Battaron docked my wages. Battaron. Oh, yep, this is the barber. Rumors of a dangerous madman about town have... what's her name? Shadobajbla at ease. You're either a brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight, what with the slasher of fisherman's bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why? He said he brandished his blade so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines and up every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation to start with. You might want to look into a scream I just heard outside. Alright. Let us do that. Because we can always just run a dungeon to catch up with our warrior. If we need to. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book! Why didn't you say sooner? The tight-ass bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving us truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport. Aye, where else, the scurvy sop? Now me a willin' he's stranded at the ferry docks. The gods know it won't help me get my guild back. Okay, so we know what to do there. Where's this guy? Hello? Disgruntled madam. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in the gall. I think it's pronounced jail, actually. Because I looked that up because of, there's a bunch of them in Elden Ring, and I'm pretty sure it's pronounced jail. And throw away the key, or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage. Oof. Foregoing new shoes, a new purse, and sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of the world-renowned esthetician from Limsa. In Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Liminson oohing and awing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Okay. No matter what I say, all I receive are accusations and looks of horror. I swear this is not what it seems. Do you doubt me too, friend? I think they want me to doubt him. There's a very aggressive doubt. I throw doubt at you, sir. Oh, the ignominy. That's a word I've read a lot and never really pronounced. Ignominy? The ignominy.
The ignominy, I'm going with, of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame, is there not one sympathetic ear in the entire nation? An artist of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has been gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hinanza of Naldic and Vimelis, Guildmaster Beaton, that's quite the name, the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian at the Alchemist Guild in Uda. There's one ounce of compassion, and you seek them out, and tell them Jan Delane sent you. When my soul is restored and my name is rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing your praises. For I, Jan Delane, am none other than the Erg. Jeez. Some of these names, crazy. Where are we? Fairy Docks. So we'll go to the Fisherman's Guild. I have to remember to do all the blue quests because they do open features. What's up? If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. My journal? Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. You steal a glance at his pages, perchance? No, shame that, for this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha-ha. The look of adventure about you, one still untested, but take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay your... But of course I've a fresh journal right here that might well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and for flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well in your journey. Next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Elzen fellow for his generosity. Har har. Don't need MP. Sweet. Next to the challenge log. Okay. Logs. Challenge log. Okay, and you get rewards. Nice. Alright, I need to pee. I'll be right back. So, I am going to run just a 90-second ad so I can go pee and get water and stuff. And I'm running the ad now so people don't miss any gameplay. So. Alright, I'm just going to hang out right here. And chill and run a 90-second ad. Be right back. Going to the bathroom. And we are back. So, I'm not going to rush to do this. I don't need the esthetician yet. So, we're going to continue. We can do the blacksmith one, because that's pretty close. So we can take a jaunt over there. Or try to take a jaunt over there. How do I get over there? City's not the easiest to get around. It's still the coolest, but can be confusing. Alright, we're at the bottom now, so we want to go to the Drowning Wench, probably. Prancing Moogle Cafe. What happens at such an establishment, one wonders. A lot of people crafting. Yeah, for this game being at the place it is... I didn't read that, but I should have. For this being in the place that it is, this game, like with an expansion that people were pretty low on, and just finishing their grand story, there's still a lot of people everywhere. Which is really cool. Because I want to try some of the super hard content that comes later, because I know you can minimize yourself down to like the power level that people were when they beat certain encounters in this game, like going minimum item level and stuff. So hopefully I can find a Discord server or something with people that actually do that. Mother Mune. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come take your... Oh, not here to dine. Dare I hope that you're the adventurer Batteren sent word about. You are? The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mune. I'm the Carline Canopy, and the Carline Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall be brief to you. Okay. Level 22. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting me, but our needs grows ever more pressing if you not step forward. And good morrow to you, Bolode. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honour us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. Pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last. One who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. I wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath a central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tam Tower Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmerin settlement. We Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. Situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Sure. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard post at the entrance. He'll apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide and keep you. Cool. Another dungeon. We aren't going to go with the companions this time. I'll just tank it. But I believe I can go get another archer quest. Wow, the thunder is crazy here right now. Austin's getting pounded. And that wasn't a euphemism. So catch a poacher. You come at a good time, Jack. I have a task for you. Petition has arrived from the proprietor of the Buxerins Druthers, out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscowan himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate the claims. The three of us? You mean Jack, myself, and... It would be better if I went alone. This guy, Lucian. The Mikote and the other one will only encumber me. No, Silvari, you go as three. In this past time, you recognize Jack as a fellow archer. That's right. I will not. I've held my tongue in the matter of his continued presence here, but I will bend no further. Didn't he just give me props for doing the last quest with him? This guy, his emotions all over the place. Who on the Seven Hills you think you are? Bodor Lewin. In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore. That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Now we're getting interesting. Enough. But one more word, and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Buscarin's Druthers in the South Shroud. Now, out of my sight. A motley crew. Alright, how do we get there? I am flush with cash now. I'm poured everywhere. Getting a little ahead of my warrior, but I'll just... Ooh, what do you have? Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? Don't I look like it with my fabulous mismatched outfit? I've seen you running to and fro, face set in grim determination as adventurers are wont to do, hence my presumption. So, if so, I have information which may interest you. Rumor has it that plots... I don't know if you can hear that through the mic, but it's crazy. Rumor has it that plots within the lavender beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian, and an old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Okay, so this is this area's housing. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the Twelveswood, it's rather surprising, if not hard to believe. But if there is truth to these rumors, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage, perhaps with a small vegetable garden and a stable large enough for a chocobo or two? I do like woods. I like Lemsa as a city, but if I had to live somewhere, it'd probably be in Gridania. You know, should your travels take you to the Mirror Planks where the Fairy of the Lavender Beds is, perhaps you'll find a Twin Adder representative who can tell you more. I would be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change in policy. Okay, so we'll do that whenever we get back to the city. Oh, that's the main story quest. To catch a poacher, we're going there. Oh, it's pouring outside now. I like it. I love rain. You can probably hear that through the mic. Alright, that's the main story, so we'll do this first. Oh, that piano's so good. These quests we can pretty much ignore. They're just regular quests. I assume when the game started, like when it was just 1 to 50, those really mattered because they didn't give you a million experience. You could just do that for story. Well, we're right here, so let's go check them out. What's up? Oh, good morrow to you, sir. What can I... you should know about the auctions. Very well, allow me to explain. There's a growing concern that immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive. Getting into world politics here. And so, the Seatsier Council and the Order of the Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the elementals, decreed that the lavender beds be set aside for adventurers. Adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is, no poors. That's what she's saying. No poors. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree that it's well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit stationed at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. That thunder is ridiculous. It just crashed and my screen flickered. I don't even know how that works. Yes. Let's go to the bros ward. Oh. We just select Ward 1. Insane weather. Ah, this is beautiful. If I buy a plot, they probably are ridiculously expensive because I know there isn't like instanced housing. It's all like actually in the game. So I imagine there's players with millions and millions and millions of gil that monopolize these, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, there's like no good way to do it. Because if it's instance, it's not as cool. Because you just like teleport, doesn't feel like part of the world. Here, this feels like a neighborhood. Greetings, adventure. Welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come here at the behest of a Gridanian woman. Regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, could be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, then pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Okay. Let's go check out somebody's house. Yeah, this is quite nice. You got a waterfall. This is gorgeous. Housing enthusiast, what do you have to say? Huh. It's more a tutorial thing, it looks like. This is gorgeous, though. I wonder if the later expansions have plots all their own. Like different communities that correspond with the city. But I'd be very happy here. That rain is intense. I hope we don't lose power, because the wind is picking up. Alright, we're just going to jump in a house here and see what they got. Owner, Scapegoat. Home of the few, the proud, the goats. I see no goats. Oh, that's nice. You can work on your rotation out here. WoW's adding housing. I wonder how it's going to be. Finally, it only took them 20 years. It's pretty nice. What are these Lalafels doing? They're blinking. It's kind of unnerving. This is cool, though. I have watched, I think it was Preach. They were doing a housing competition and, like, checking out different people's houses. And they went over the creation process and how people make these things. Apparently, like, the assets are so limited that it requires you to be really creative and, like, put things, like, in walls and just use the top layer of things. And you can get really creative, but it's hard. So when you find something good, it's pretty neat. Alright, we got our leaders here. We got what's her name? No one cares, because she's boring. Myrtlewib and the Sultana. And I forget her name.
Then she's the leader of the Scions. I know that. I forget their names. What do we got up here? That seems ominous. These are, looks like summons. So that's definitely Odin. Bahamut. Don't know. Ultimate weapon, Midgard Summer. I know a few of these. Alexander-ish. This is cute. I remember seeing him, but I don't know who he is. Oh, and you can play your own soundtrack in here, too. That is the man, the myth, the legend. I'm blanking on his name, but he's the one who cast the shield in that opening cinematic. Oh, you can't go to private chambers. Makes sense. Progress. This is all confusing, but cool. We'll figure that out when we figure it out. If we ever join a guild or get rich enough to get a house. Probably won't get rich enough to get a house. Can't imagine how inflated the economy is here with people playing it for so long. I watched a video on some 14 creator trying to get a house and like camping out next to a plot because apparently they go up for sale at random times because they don't want people to just monopolize them. So you gotta get lucky. So this person, like, them and their viewers all just stood there and spammed it for like days, which is pretty insane. But then again, what's the better way of doing it? Because if you want there to be like an actual neighborhood and not instance everything, I don't think there's a good system to let everyone get a house, because everyone can't get a house. It's supply and demand. There's only so much area. So yeah, it is ridiculous, but it's like, alright, well, what else do you do? I think they've done the best they can. Because that did feel like an actual neighborhood, which is really cool. Didn't see anybody there, but the houses are still standing. Alright. Ooh. Hunting log. Leash ranges are very small, I've learned in my travels as a bard. Is that 404? 304. One more. It's kind of mean. I mean, in real life, doe permits are very tightly controlled when you go hunting. Because they obviously control how many new deer there are. So they don't want to be overhunted. Whereas one male can, you know, impregnate many a doe. So typically it's way easier to get a regular buck permit than a doe permit. Like his name, Gunterus. I have not seen a repeat name yet. Which is quite the feat in a game like this. That's why the name's kind of ridiculous. They're trying to be unique, which is... I get it. Like this. Affiliate. I think you pronounce that affiliate. Just a odd spelling. Ah, you lot must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guildmaster will have said, I put in a request for keen-eyed archers to help me track down a gang of poachers that have been plaguing these parts. If I may, it is not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the God's Quiver nor the Wood Whalers deem them worthy of attention. This guy. He better get his comeuppance. Why, then, did you imagine them worthy of ours? These ain't no common poachers. They're Pawak Mujuk's gang. Not Pawak Mujuk. They say she and hers are always moving, staying one step ahead, but I reckon she's hiding out there somewhere. Thing is, I can't send my people out searching. I made a pact with the Red Belly Bandits, see. We stay out of their territory. They don't make no trouble at the druthers. That being so, for some of the masked ranks of the Whalers and the Quivermen, all 7 hells will swiftly break loose. Assuming they thought the matter worthy of their attention, of course. Shade. Needless to say, it's not an option. As luck would have it, though, I got 3 keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead. And all without raising no alarms. This guy's next level. We understand. You may leave the matter to us. Leah, Jacked, split up and scour the area for any sign of the poachers. Should we discover anything, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go. Okay. To catch a poacher. I wonder what they're playing with. To catch a predator. Very sad show to watch. Right, we got one. Empty mead bottles. Someone was having a good time over here. Can't have that. I can imagine that would be the thought process of our douchey friend back there. What frivolity? No. You're archers. Cannot partake in such barbarism. I think this is pronounced Silvare? Lee and Silvare. An iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. These are both evidence of illegal activity, but nothing that would help us find Powa. And these mead bottles are but old refuse, from before the Druthers was even built. But they have no connection to the gang. What do you know of this Powa woman, Silvare? I know she is the most infamous poacher ever to walk the Twelves Wood. A born leader, deadly with a bow, she formed her own gang of Mikote hunters. She was apprehended once and would have been brought to justice had she not tricked a foolish young sentry into releasing her, before vanishing without a trace. Is that so? In any case, we've secured the area and found nothing. How do we know that this Powa was even here? I say we inform the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers, taking care not to implicate Briskaran. I'll leave the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild. It concerns Gridania, Lee. Pawak Mujok is a savage and utterly amoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. What would a vagrant like this guy? What would a vagrant like you know of duty to one's homeland? No more than he, I suspect. How dare you? New Jack, say something.
Yeah, you're being really ridiculous, bro. Very well. We will return to the matter at hand. Mayhap we should take a second look at the clues we've gathered.
Look all you want. There's a trap, and the arrow we found suggests poaching. There's nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine, Jax?
I don't remember this at all. I wonder if this decision matters. Well, obviously, leg trap is poaching. This trap is a common tool used for hunting beasts. Such devices do not distinguish between friend and foe, and have been the cause of much tragedy for both man and chocobo. Oh, poor chocobos. Grudanian hunters would never stoop so low. Poachers, meanwhile, are wont to litter the forest floor with these accursed things. That said, I see nothing here that will lead us to power. Poacher's arrow. How about this? We know that this is a poacher's arrow. Beyond that, it tells us nothing. Okay. How about this? Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you, those bottles predate the Druthers. They have no connection with this matter.
But if these bottles are so old, why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently.
Wait, before the calamity, Buscarin once served as a sentry. Yet even then, he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern, and it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. Some survived. Of course, Buscarin's scar, his old lookout post. It may not be Pawa Mujuk, but we must investigate it once. Okay. We shall investigate Buscarin's scar. Let's go this way. We haven't got a chocobo yet. That's a lot of beaters. What do we got? Any signs?
Look, the ground is covered in Mikote footprints. These tracks are fresh, very fresh. I'll wager the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled, else they'd be hiding near.
Oh no. Oh, don't kill my girl. Take cover! And there I was, thinking we caught ourselves some of the meddling bloody masqueraders. Not that I'm complaining. Hiding your face down might bloody rude when you ain't been introduced. Look at this scallywag. Speaking of ill manners, don't you know it ain't decent to barge your way into a lady's bedchamber without knocking? She's fun. Would you lecture us on... You would lecture us on manners. Truly, I've heard it all. They have us outnumbered. We'd best split up.
Leader's mine. I'll try and isolate her from the litter.
Litter. Because Mikote.
Salvare, Jax. The rest will leave to you two.
As you will. Let's go. Ready to cast my 1 AoE. So you can line them up. I'm not focusing on your target, I am parsing.
He didn't gotta go better. Dot you. Dot you. Dot you. Dot you. And kill the healer. Remember your techniques. Finish her quickly while she's something. Kite you. I know this isn't strictly necessary, but it's fun to use abilities. Get rocked. Bloody hells, why don't you two die? Dot. And we dot. And we pump. Alright, you're annoying. Got him. I'm guessing our girl's gonna be in trouble. Was that the last of them? Have you seen Aliopa? With me, Jacked. At least he comes through when there's fighting. Oh no. Tisk tisk, that was piss poor showing, sister. And you call yourself a keeper. A hunter with no fangs ain't nothing but prey. No. That's right. Should have aimed for the head. Ah, bugger. Looks like playtime's over. Be seeing you, sister. So that's gonna be a nemesis we fight. Cool. I love these class quests. WoW did it once and then never went back to it. So it was Pawa Mujok after all. Buscawan must be informed. Okay.
Pawa Mujok, I was no match for her.
Yeah, WoW did it in Legion. They had class order halls and they had like class quests, and it was really cool because you got to see like everyone of your class was there, so there was some camaraderie. But they never went back to it, which really sucks. That's something WoW has a problem with. It's that they make these really cool things, but they're only viable for one expansion or even one patch, and then they're gone. So all this work and man hours they put in is for a system that you can't use again. Seems very silly to me. Seven L's there at my old post, and they drank my old mead. That stings most of all. Well, 'tis time the proper authorities were informed. I sent messengers to the Wood Whalers and God's Quiver. The Red Belly Bandits wouldn't like it one bit, but I'll see they were told exactly who the military is after. I only hope it'll be enough. Of course, Pawa Majuk's no fool. She knows she's been spotted. She'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds, and the trail won't stay fresh long either. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friends. Tell Luciane I appreciate the help. Cool. We did it. Luciane, we can return. Then we go tank a dungeon. Fun music in that bar. Archer's Guild. Let us depart. Oh, that T is strong towards the bottom. Did it, Lucienne.
Welcome back, Jack. Silvari tells me you've encountered Pawa Majuk. No Gordanian could fail to recognize that name, so oft has it been spoken, and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. 'Tis a matter of the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our arts. And I was surprised to note that Lee and Silvari were not at loggerheads. I don't know what that means. We're not to loggerheads upon their return. I presume we owe this a natural state of affairs to your calming influence. No? Modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I implore you to share that perspective with your peers and help them to grow into better, wiser archers. As you go forth and temper your skills in battle, know that we will always look forward to your return. Cool. Thank you. I think we go helm. Alright. So we did that. Now we go MSQ, which we're going to swap. Cool. So I would rather run dungeons with players. As a tank, I should be able to get fast queues. What's up? Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the lavender beds? I did. Oh, adventurers only? Is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day, I'll have my own cottage and stables filled with my beloved chocobos. Oh, just wants a home. Just like the rest of us. Okay. Cool. Alright, we can't get a chocobo yet, otherwise there'd be a blue quest here. Probably comes up later in the MSQ. Let us proceed. Okay, good job. It's definitely the best music in the open world is in Gridania. Alright, MSQ's at level 16. We're 21. Pretty sure I can do the next warrior quest too, but we'll do that when we're done here. Hello. I don't remember this dungeon. Your Dr. Bar, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the boiler has already informed you, but your task is to enter the deep croft and purge it of the lambs of the Dalmud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity to put an end to the 6 Astrolera. The cult took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god. Okay. I learned a little about that for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it only served to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Saviour, and that it's typical religion, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge them. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you must be sure that no good will come of it, for the sake of Gridania, for Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Okay, let's do it. Other players. Okay, less than 5 minutes. I'm a tank, so it should be fast. Biggest thing to remember when you're a tank. Click that button. Don't know if it stays on when you go in. Alright, I'm gonna watch the video. Sorry, guys.
Tom Tara Deepcroft. We good? We good. See if we can grab more. Okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy because I don't know my actual limits. And we're not in a rush. We have 2 other sprouts in here, so I think they'll be cooler with us going slower. If I'm all with like max level people, I feel a little pressure to like pull fast, because that's what they want to do. But with this group, I think we're good. Oh, they pulled more. Okay. I assume when I see a sprout that it's a new person, because there's no real reason in this game to level and all. Because you can just stay with the same character and do all the stuff. But maybe there's something I don't know. Keep it moving. Healer wants to go fast, so that's fine. Feels fine when it's the healer that wants to go fast, because they're the one that really have trouble if we go too fast. So if he wants to pull, we can pull. Look at that gameplay. Got right out of that. Gonna pull, we can pull. It's also highly dependent upon what DPS you have in your group. Because some classes don't have AoE till later. I remember I leveled Dragoon, not all the way up, but to like level 30 something, and it didn't have AoE yet. So if you have a group of like all like Lancers and then me, it's not a lot of AoE. Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? This way. Yeah, I do miss the warrior AoE being a cone. That was a little more fun.
Because then I could really work on lining everything up, and it felt good when you did. But this works just fine. Still the same effect. What classes do I have here? Is that a red mage, I think? And that's a white mage. And a black mage? Looks like he's standing still and casting. That's all I know about black mages. How'd they do that? I'm not gonna go bigger than this. I'm sort of leaving it up to the white mage to do it. It seems to be like a second or third character at least. Again, maybe they just want a different character so glams look different. But he's definitely a sprout. He's not playing like a sprout. I assume that's the only reason to level an alt. To not waste money on changing your character a million times and being able to have different looks. That would make sense. All range, annoying to group. I have no idea what's happening. Probably have to tone down the spell effects a little bit. Can't imagine what this would be like with 8 people. Oh, I went the wrong way. Whoops. Overpower still is fun to hit. Not as fun, but still fun. It's got a lot of loot I probably don't need. Good job, me. Sealer's casting his DPS spell a lot, which is good. Like, I know I don't like healing myself, but know the concept. The idea is, as long as you're above 0, the healer's doing his job. The healer really weighs healing versus damage. And if you could be doing damage, you should. As long as the tank's not dying, you should be doing damage. Because in the end, that means the tank will take less damage overall. Because you kill the stuff faster. Big crits. Overpower is really fun to press too. Seeing all those crits. Very cool. away. He does a cone. You stun him. 5-second stun, OP. What's this guy doing? Oh, DR on stuns. Interactive dungeons, pretty cool. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? We got void magic. Hey, they waited. Nice of them. Can I move this? Can't. Big tomahawk optimization there. Gonna running out. Can probably DPS him down, but I like to do my job as a tank. There we go. That's satisfying. Even though you don't have to optimize here, it feels good to have everything hit me. Have the casters free. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Oh, Tomahawk doesn't interrupt your combo. Interesting. Did it. She has a question for me. No new gear. Yes? It's a long question. Already getting invited to a free company. Look at me. This would be cool. If it's one that actually runs old content, I'd want to try it. Because I do want to try the hard stuff at like 50, 60, 70, all that. The one thing I don't want is if I join one and they talk in their chat about spoilers and stuff. You're only level 19. See what she says. Or he. Is that a he or a she? He. He? I don't know. Just taking this question very seriously. Yes, no, maybe. It could be a goddess of war. She lag out? Alright, well. I'm gonna join a random free company. I might have to do a quest first. Well, she didn't mention it, so maybe I don't. What level am I? 23. Sure. Someone just give me 500,000 gil. Does that happen often in Final Fantasy? Just walked up and gave me 500,000. I'm not gonna say no. I mean, this is not a streamer privilege because I'm barely a streamer. I'll take it. Cool. That is the best. Okay, I'm gonna learn that as I learn that. That is the best Lalafell name ever. They are dumplings. It'd be kind of cool to be in a guild like this. It seems to be just starting. If they end up doing like endgame stuff. But let's see. Let's go. Free company. How many members? Okay. There are a lot of members. But looks like as far as active, there aren't many. That's fine. I don't mind that. Because then I get to know people. Okay, where are we going? Back to Miyun.
Welcome back, Jack. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the deep crop was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me a little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Bodard Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions. We are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Another party. Ever's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. This is the plight of healers in every MMO. Healer's fault. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He should have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have gone more to lighten his burden.
Pah. To the hills with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'll be too soon if I ever see your face again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. Jeez. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Good God. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. They definitely put this in, commenting on the plight of healers in MMOs. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Ever's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. That is weird. It's just get rid of it, alright? This poor girl. Poor Edda.
Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Evir. Please forgive me.
Jeez.
Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes it for a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for the adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying what you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. You only know me from one mission, ma'am. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I'll be glad to share the details with you.
Yes. Quest complete.
Alright, let's go back to my bard. Because, yeah, I can do the daily roulette and get 1,000,000 levels on my Marauder whenever. Cool. And I missed what the guild would say. They didn't say anything. Okay. None of us taking a trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes from us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi. I remember Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultana's version of yourself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Jack. And good luck. Okay. To Ul'dah. Actually, do we have the next warrior quest? Which is Lanuska. No. We don't have it yet. We already did it. Alright, I have to pee really bad, so I'll be right back. I'm going to run 90 seconds of ads here while I go pee, but there'll be no content happening. I'll just be running to the bathroom, so be right back in 90 seconds.
Okay, we are back. Alright, so we don't have to go to the Marauders Guild. We're good there. We gotta go to Momodi. Oh, that's boring. Let's use the airship. Teleporting's boring. Well, this free company isn't very chatty. To Ulda. I like using modes of travel like this. It puts you more in the world than just teleporting. And I like big worlds. Like, I remember in EverQuest, there's a famous run you can do from, I think it's the Dwarven City to Freeport, which is a very, very long run. It takes like a few hours to do. And you're just traveling across the world on foot, like seeing all the sights and really feeling the distance and size of the world. It's really cool. And I don't know if it would work nowadays, but I miss that feeling of being in a giant world. People are very much wanting to fast travel nowadays, it seems. But it did hear that Ashes of Creation is going that way. Husting Strip. I think. Because they don't have fast travel. And no flying mounts except for... Oh, we gotta go talk to this guy anyway. No flying mounts except for if you're the governor, which is like one person. Oh, Demise Power, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. And that met my follower goal. We got to 50. It's awesome. Yep, I'm planning on playing this until I max out the game. Which should be... Oh, tier 1 sub. Demise Power. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Just the fact that people enjoy watching brings me a lot of joy, and if you sub to it, that's next level. Thank you. It's honestly streaming, even if it's like for a few people, you know, as I do. It makes single-player games so much more fun. And now that I started, I have, you know, a few regulars that stop by during the week. It's made those games so much more fun, the single-player journeys. Like, I went through all the Final Fantasies. I bought the remasters, went through 1 through 6, and then started this. And now it's opened up like a lot of other games I want to play that I've never tried. Like Suikoden eventually I gotta get to. The Saga games I really want to play. Those games are made by the team that made Final Fantasy II, which I loved. And I haven't even touched those. So, yeah, thank you for the sub, and there'll be a lot of RPGs coming up on the channel. Okay. I don't have an accent for the Ulda people. You've come on behalf of Jandaline. They might be English. We'll go with English. Why, I mean, American English. I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Jandaline with all speed. Sweet.
So all we have to do is Carpenter's Guild in Gridania next time we're back there. I have nothing. Alright, time to explore some Ul'dah. Again, last time I played, this was my home place, I believe. So I did a lot more traveling around in Ul'dah. It is quite confusing, though. Worse than Limsa, in my opinion, in terms of finding your way around. I do like the storyline around here, though. It's run by the greedy capitalists. Demise, last time I played was when Shadowbringers released, I bought it, and I played up to level 49. So that is the extent of my playing. That's when my friends quit, and I just kind of petered out. I forget what else was coming out at the time. I think it might have been a Classic WoW server or a Classic WoW release or something. Yes. My other character I still have on this account, she's level 49. Dragoon Warrior. Alright, now I need to figure out how to get to Momodi. I think we go out to the outer rings here. Yeah, I got all the way through A Realm Reborn, so I saw the whole story. I did all the primal stuff. I saw the ending cutscene, and I saw the cutscene where... Well, I don't want to spoil it if other people haven't seen it, but at the end of A Realm Reborn, something very drastic happens, and I saw that. So that is the extent of my knowledge on this game. Really looking forward to the story. And we're leveling up as a bard and a warrior this time. I loved warrior last time I played. And I've never enjoyed healing in MMOs. It's too stressful for me. I don't enjoy it. I don't find tanking stressful at all. I know some people do, but tanking, because I can basically set the pace of a dungeon myself, even if I'm unfamiliar with these dungeons as I will be, I don't feel that antsy about because I can control the pace. And I didn't want to do Dragoon, even though Dragoons are really cool, because it felt too similar to Warrior. Like I'd just be doing the similar rotation style, but as a DPS instead of a tank. Oh, you swapped to healing from tanking. Interesting. Yeah, it's not for me. It's too stressful for me.
Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now, if you'd mind showing yourself to. Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for the ale.
I think she's also Southern. We're gonna go with Southern. She said ain't, and I live in Texas, so she's gonna be Southern.
Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for the ale. Are you called Jack Day Barra by any chance?
That was more Irish than that.
Marion sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling the adventure of the moment. There ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here just to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we?
It's more Scottish, but I'll go with it. That's Momodi now. Yeah, I kept going back to WoW because friends play WoW, and yeah, the game itself isn't great anymore, honestly, but any game with friends is fun. So,
the petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now.
Gods almighty, another second under the sun and it would have been set afire. A tankard of ale if you would be so kind.
Excellent timing, Papashan. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here.
Yeah, she's Southern. I had to get out of the Irish thing, it was tough.
So this strapping young lad is the much-lauded adventurer, is he? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papashan, formerly of the Sultan's Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Jacka of the mission?
Yes, of course. A petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. That's a problem. These giants are of a clan known as the Hecaton Shares. Hecaton Shares. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through a layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry by their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, of course, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities as of late. It's no wonder they were angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used Hecaton shares to work their mines, by way of enchanted helms that were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. So, basically, it's a slave revolt, and we're going to put the slaves back in prison. This seems wrong. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecaton shares, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that got me thinking. I seem to recall there's been an article about Copperbell in the Mythrolai a fortnight or so ago. It is said the mines were being reopened, so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think those poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. It's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Well, yeah. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There'll be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. Kill the slaves. Whew, are we the baddies? For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task for which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Okay. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Oh, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is present at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. I am so large compared to everybody. I love it. Yeah, I went with Rogadin and just went all the way up with the height. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you got skills to go with them. Because things ain't pretty down there. The Hecaton shares left place in a right state, and nary a week of mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second UI dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being put under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery ground to a halt for want of... Not to begin with. I did not read that correctly at all. The stone's torches, keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Sweet. We have to get to the Copperbell mines. I should have tuned to the big ether right here. I know I have to keep an eye out for blue checkmark quests like this. What is this? Appears to be the beneficiary of some good fortune. 1 second. Stream's choppy. You want to see what's causing that? Okay, it's good. Do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary. Beg pardon? What is my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not so small fortune in prizes, ably won by yours truly in the gold saucer. Oh! I know the Gold Saucer. I played Final Fantasy VII.
You have heard of the Gold Saucer. Nay, ye gods, man, you might at least try and keep up with the times. It's only the Sultanate's newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrilled to the sight of majestic birds roaring down the straits at the Chocobo races. Pit your wits against your peers at the Triple Triad tables. At the Gold Saucer, one can do all this and more. And if you knew what you're about, you'll walk out a wealthier man than you entered. If there's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Did I mention that the female attendants are particularly easy on the eye? Wink, wink. Ah, but I dare say you'd rather discover them yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how, in Thal's good name, you can experience the wonders of the Gold Saucer firsthand. Am I right or am I right? Ha! I thought as much. Well, since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it should be yours too. I just so happen to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from one eligible young man about town to another. Thank you. Just show that ticket to the lovely girl in uniform over at the landing, and you'll have a seat on the next airship bound for revelry and riches. Be fairly warned, though, you may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the Triple Triad tables. Nay, not so much as an ounce. Haha. Cool. So we can go to the Gold Saucer.
I've seen videos of some of the games there, so sort of know what it's about, but I haven't done it myself. We will go there a little bit later, because I want to get this next dungeon in. I enjoyed the last two, even though I've done them before. Again, Shadowbringers releases when I played up to 49, but it's fun to re-explore them. But we're going to do this as a tank, because the queue is way too long otherwise. I tried when I logged in to run Sastasha as a bard, and it was... I think we got up to 13 minutes before I gave it up. And then I ran with NPCs. Yeah, I'll do that, Demise. That'd be really cool. Where am I? Okay. Gonna run over and get this. Yeah, that should help the queue a lot. Because I haven't run a dungeon as a bard before, so it'd be fun. Even though, you know, it's low level, so I won't be using many abilities. I think I'm gonna move these over. I'll be over there in 4 minutes, be my guess. Well, I've got to get the flight path. Cool. Let's get it tuned. I remember Thalanan. Spent a lot of time here. Alright, I'm heading over there now. I think I have to talk to the person out front before I can queue to get the quest done. I also like that Bard is... Again, I looked up a lot of stuff about classes because I like to get intricate with all that stuff and really know what I'm about before I get in. And Bard is lower personal DPS but has a lot of buffs, which I really think is cool. And I really love Bard in Final Fantasy 3 and 5. That was really cool. In 3, they spam like Curaga. You could just set that to auto battle and spam it, and it was like unbelievable healing with no cost. You could just go forever. It's really cool. And they also had offense and defensive buffs. And 5, similar. They had really good buffs. Alright. Where are the mines? Up there. Is there another ether rat to get over here? No, how about a chocobo? Oh, the goblet. Okay, that's the... That must be where the player housing is here. Oh, you went from 1 to 12. That is a jump. You can buy a bundle. I got it when it was on sale, but you can bundle 1 through 6 remaster, and it is worth it if you got the expendable income. Because the remasters are awesome. They add just enough quality of life stuff, and the soundtracks are all done full orchestration. They're really cool. I just played them recently for the channel. I enjoyed all of them. The one, unfortunately, I didn't like as much that I was sad about was 4. I love the story of 4. It was the first time they leaned heavily into story, and you can really tell that the Cecil and Kane stuff was great, but the mechanics were so boring. Because 2 and 3 had very unique systems between them, and then 4, you didn't really make any choices, you just leveled up and got skills automatically, which was less fun. Stone Torch. There's been an incident inside the Copperbell mines. We're here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurers volunteered to quell the Heckanteers? I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Okay. It still is a little weird. We're basically putting down a slave revolt. Okay, take that off, put this on. Wow. It helps to have a healer. We're definitely the baddies here. I do like these videos at the beginning. Give you a feel for what you're about to do. Alright, we got a sage, a warrior, a bard, and an archer. I think off stream I'm gonna set up the DPS meter. Cause I know they're very don't ask, don't tell with add-ons in this game. But I like to see that I'm doing my job well. And just to see what the class are doing for damage. I think it's fun. Obviously I will never bring that up in game to somebody. So that's not the point of it. For self-reflection. Whoops. Crap. My keyboard just wigged out on me. Okay, so now I see the meta method of running these dungeons. Just pull everything. Good to know. I was pulling max like 2 packs and I was tanking. No one gave me crap about it. The healer did start to pull a few extra mobs here and there, which I don't mind. If it's the healer doing it, they obviously know how much they can handle. Okay, so this only works out of combat. Peloton. So now cast it. Yeah, I would love to know how much GPS I'm doing. I know there's a way to do it. It's just you have to run a third-party program, and you can't show it on stream, so I definitely want to do that. But I can put it on my second monitor. Don't hit me, sir. Ow. Big level. I'm like an archer. The fact that I'm a Rogadin makes my bow so friggin' big, it feels like I'm shooting a ballista every time I attack. Sound design's good in here too. You can hear the fence when you walk on it. Need... Peloton, I'm helping. I wonder if these things blow up if you don't kill them fast enough. They very much resemble the bombs in the Pixel games. Peloton seems super strong. Seems like there's going to be a mechanic with this guy. He's taking damage, so it's not DPS thing. Oh, I remember. I think he splits. Those things explode. Good to know. Okay, he doesn't split. I'm thinking of another boss. I remember there's one that splits from like 1 to 4 to 8. Big level. Wow, we're just pulling everything. I don't see his health dipping very far. I wonder if that's because he's higher level synced down and maybe the gear doesn't scale perfectly, or is it... Should I be doing this as well, even with my crap gear?
Slave no more. Free, free.
A lot of low-level dungeons got rebounds. Okay. This guy looks angry. He has a right to be. This guy's a slave. Hey, they waited for me. I'm gonna thank him for that. No, they don't have to, but it's cool. I appreciate it. Do we stack? Yeah, we stack. What is this? Interrupt. And it's been slowly, like, drip-feeding mechanics for these first dungeons. Like, this is definitely a step up from the last two. Which is an art, like, teaching your players how the game works. Really important. I obviously have a bit of an advantage because I played WoW for so long. I'm used to learning mechanics, but to people who come in here, like, for the story, it's nice to do that efficiently. Good game. That seemed pretty fast in comparison to others. Wide volley, what is this? Okay, so that's a Hawk's Eye thing. Let's put that up there. We did it. Thanks for the help. That made it a lot easier. Alright. Oh, friend request. I'm slowly learning this UI. It's not as intuitive as some other games. Okay. Cool. Yeah, man, I definitely will. Because I have done all these dungeons, again, like 3 years ago, as a warrior, so I'm familiar with that, and having a different perspective on it will be cool to do, and just learning the Bard class. Alright. Okay, MSQ is here. As of right now, I do need to grab some food. I've been streaming for a few hours here. I do need to grab some food, and the girlfriend wants to go to the gym, so we're going to do that. But I will be back on later tonight. I want to get some more leveling in, because I'm having a good time, and I want to keep going. So yeah, I'll probably be back on in a couple hours. Demise, again, thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciate it, man. And yeah, I'll probably be on in a couple hours. Good to go hit the gym. Thank you, everyone who watched, either on YouTube or Twitch. Again, I typically do this 9 a.m. Central Time during the week. During the weekend is kind of sporadic, but so if you want to check me out during the week, that's the time I'll be. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will be on a bit later. Have a good one.